with their early Christmas shopping. And I will advise everybody to continue as business as usual. And don't let, especially if you're in a liberal state, don't let these idiots get you depressed and get you feeling down. Keep going as business as usual. All right? Because I know everybody here is going to do the same on this Friday. Shout out to everybody that's worked hard this week. Y'all probably been off half the week, so. Well, I'll say shout out to everybody who holiday week. Hopefully you got your fill of food in, ate good. Salute to everybody that's here. Salute to the moderators. Salute to the members. Salute to the patrons. We're going to talk about Kevin Hart. This is something I came across very randomly because I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about in this live stream. But when I saw, let me put this on the screen if I can. When I saw this tweet and the thread, which is in the thumbnail, and how she's using Kevin Hart to attack black men. Look at these black men. You see how they operate. And this is supposedly, allegedly, a black female. And we're going to get into this mess, man. What is it with you melanated women? Hey, you're a part of the, black, quote unquote, black race too. I mean, there's no separate group for you. You may think there is because you sold out everybody to get to where you are in your group. But you're still a part of the same community, okay? So when you go at black men, you go at yourself, even though y'all claim we do that. But I don't see a lot of these black, especially these black celebrities attacking black women, going at black women like y'all do, okay? Because they're too afraid and they don't want to be kicked out of the clubhouse, so to speak. But shout out to everybody that's here. Let's see who's here. Shy, True, OG, Hot Rod, Sauce Boss, Amani, True, let's say True, Black Cast, Vern 85, Southeast Dusty. Shout out to Shy with the first super chat. Kenny, B Blair, Charm, Lena M, Not Important, Nevia TV, Isaiah B, Bad Guy Room, Shigozi, Jane, Brian, That Boy Got Keys, Metris, King Dambo, Baby Chris, D King, Why Me, Jason, Malik, Rose Gold, McCollister, Jarice, Preston, Jamar. Make sure y'all like the stream too. We're going to get into this. Now, I want y'all to understand me, and I want y'all to understand me quite clear. This stream ain't about Kevin Hart stand-up. I have said it before. I don't consider him to be that originally funny to me. There have been times where he has made me laugh here and there, but as far as a stand-up is concerned, I can't say that I would choose his stand-up above some others, like maybe a Cat Williams or a Dave Chappelle when he's in his right mind. But other than that, this stream is not about his stand-up. I just want to make that perfectly clear. All right? What I want to speak on is that Kevin Hart is defending himself, I guess, in some private social media app. And he's defending the fact that he considers himself to be funny. And there are others who don't think he is. And, he even responded to Tariq Nasheed. I actually retweeted it. I believe Tariq Nasheed's response. Because he wants to go at people who aren't considering him funny. Kevin got to understand, man. People just don't find you funny. I mean, you've made a great living for yourself. You're more of an actor now than you would be a comedian. I know you still want to be able to do both. But you have to understand that you have made it to a point to where you are successful at what you do. So you don't have to go out here trying to prove anything to anybody. There are just going to be people who don't find you funny. His comedy is a lot more comfortable for a wider audience, and that's what he goes for. When he does comedy, he probably sees a lot of Caucasian people in the crowd, black people too, but he sees that, hey, I want to reach a larger audience. I just don't want to be a black comedian, so I'm going to tailor my comedy to be more for everybody, and it's not going to appease everybody. It's not going to appease everybody. But you don't have to go into these, I don't know if it's a private social media app, defending yourself in your comedy. But anyway, make sure y'all follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can go to my website, which is in the chat, check out more content. You can follow me on Patreon if you want to support the platform. Oh yeah, the podcast, right? I recorded the podcast yesterday. I didn't put it up. No, it was Wednesday I recorded it. There was some issue with Anchor, right? I'm going to put it up, I promise you, tomorrow. So look out for that. It'll be out tomorrow. And shout out to the people that support the podcast. I don't put that type, especially what I had to say, I don't put that type of material on YouTube, because YouTube is not what it was 4 or 5 years ago when you could say certain things. You can't say them now. All right? And everything just ain't meant for YouTube. So I just want to make that clear for people wondering. That new podcast will come out. I'm going to put a promo video up on YouTube, but I highly suggest y'all follow me on Twitter. Click notification bell. And so you can get notifications when I go live or post videos or post podcasts. So you're not late to the party or you're not missing anything. Because I see comments of people saying that they're not getting notifications, they're missing things. I mean, I don't know what to say. But salute to everybody that's here. Posted a video today about Joy Taylor, and it kind of ties into this. Most of my content does, in a way. It's interwoven, and it's strategically done by me. Some people may not get it, but that is what I choose to have it be. Now, I want y'all to understand something. A lot of times, when it comes to where we are in this society, a lot of us can choose to go in a direction of truth, or we can go into the direction of BS. And unfortunately, a lot of people choose to go into the BS category. And let me just say this. I'm the type of person, okay, that can understand where we are, right? I know that we as melanated people have issues. Yes, we do. We have issues. We have issues, all right? We got issues. But I'm able to understand that a lot of times we have to look ourselves in the mirror. I'm not the one to blame. I don't play the blame game. But some people do. They love playing the blame game. Make sure y'all like the stream too. Let's get the likes up. But I just find it interesting how we have a group of people. Let me just say this. I find it interesting that you have somebody like Kevin Hart, who has constantly been under the microscope for things he said years ago, for now not being funny. He's been under that microscope because of his heightened level of success. He's a successful black man. And unfortunately, there are going to be black women that are not going to like it. And they're going to use anything they can to tear him down, especially if he's not constantly pandering to them. See, if you're not pandering to the ego of liberal melanated women, they're going to find a reason to come after you. When really they don't have to. But they choose to because of, I think, jealousy. The fact that you have somebody who has gained the success that he has, and that he's willing to defend himself, even though there are people who don't think he's funny. He wants to defend himself and say, yes, I'm funny. He says things in his comedy routines that upsets these particular females who need to understand the stand-up comedy. Why does stand-up comedy upsets you so? But it's just an excuse to go at this guy and to utilize him to go at black men because that's what they want. You have a lot of Disick envy out here. You have a lot of Disick envy, unfortunately. There's a lot of Disick envy. And when you have melanated men who are living their lives, who are being successful, they're going to get a lot of disdain and hate from people who look like them. And this majority, the women. If you're not pandering to their ego 24/7, they're going to find a reason to come at you. If you don't wholeheartedly agree with them politically, they're going to come at you. So, because I believe Kevin Hart, from what I understand, is putting a mirror into their face and speaking on accountability. He's even defending Bill Cosby, right? Oh, no, can't have that. These feminists get in the uproar whenever the notion of defending Bill Cosby come up because they don't want to hear it. Now, let's go to Twitter. Now, this particular person actually is a feminist ambassador. Okay? And they wanted to use this, I guess, interview. I guess that's what this is with Kevin Hart. It's an interview or a discussion on an app. Basically, not only against him, but against black men. See, this is the thread that really just, I don't get this. She says black men are pushing, I guess, this narrative. What is a narrative of what? Accountability of black people? That Bill Cosby should be free? That there are women that lied on that man? But let's get into the thread. She said, this clubhouse room featuring Kevin Hart is a mess. Kevin Hart said black people have a culture of tearing each other down. When Ed Lover said black people love to hate you, white people will embrace you wholeheartedly, but black people will bleep on you. Wow. She continued by saying, this is the narrative that these black men are happy pushing right now. Like really, as if they are privy to everything that happens within other communities. Also, what about all the black people that help them get to where they are? How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that there were black people that helped them get to where they're at? I would think that Kevin Hart's work ethic got him to where it is. Because Kevin Hart does work hard. That's the one thing you can't say about him. He's not lazy. He's going to be out there traveling. He's going to be out there doing appearances, promos. Kevin Hart is not lazy. But anyway, black people stay supporting each other. Black people stay supporting each other. Are you sure? Because I know of black people that as soon as you say one thing they don't like, all of a sudden they want to cancel you. They want to boycott you. They want to tear you down. But you got these black feminists who don't care about anybody but themselves. They only care about advancing themselves. And they only use blackness as a tool to help benefit themselves. How many black people do y'all think this person is helping? Probably helping some black women, if she's not jealous of them. But you see this talk on social media all the time. These people are constantly trying to virtue signal. They're trying to talk about, oh, you need to do more for your people. Are you in these neighborhoods? Did you go out on Thanksgiving and give turkeys or go to some of these soup kitchens or some of these homeless shelters? Did you actually go out here and volunteer? I bet you didn't. I bet you were sitting in your loft or your overpriced apartment with your liberal buddies laughing about how much better you are than everybody else. That's what you were probably doing. And that's what these people do. These people are nothing but hypocrites. And that's why these people should not be listened to. They're upset because there are black men who don't care about this BS narrative.
Black man value is at its lowest. The alpha male is at an all-time low. Much love, Jaye.
Thanks, King Demo. Appreciate it, man. Then on top of that, black women in this room have been making valid points and asking valid questions, yet they've been dismissed left, right, and center. The gaslighting is disgusting and uncomfortable. The room is a hot-ass mess. Also, who else thinks it's weird for Kevin to have used Bill Cosby as an example regarding ways black people don't support each other? He said a black comedian, Hannibal Buress, reignited the Cosby allegations, but went on to say that was a good thing after being challenged. Your example to demonstrate your theory regarding black people not supporting black people is a black comedian highlighting the crimes of another black comedian, in which, in your words, is also a good thing because the crimes were heinous and Cosby is guilty. Well, Cosby is guilty in the court of public opinion, but there are women who said things that they're taking back because they know it was lies. If you're glad that Bill Cosby's behind bars, then you're surely glad that black people hold other black people accountable when they do something terrible. So was the discussion about the lack of support or not wanting to be held accountable? Because that Cosby example was a joke. Look at this guy. Black women. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Black women are the most disrespected and unprotected people on this planet, and it must change. Ed Lover being goofy for years and Kevin Hart outside of his movies really isn't that funny. It ain't like that. It ain't like this not true. People always act like white people don't criticize and cancel each other. Yeah, they do. You got Caucasian people on social media calling other Caucasian people discriminators. You know? Come on, man. The people see what they want to see. But this virtue signaling, this throwing black men under the bus to suit your agenda, that's why these women are single, because they don't like black men, but they can't get no man in other group without themselves having to cancel out their blackness. So they have to be miserable because they want to be in that pro-black circle, but then they don't want to go over to the other side like that. This is why they uplift black women who do, because they want to be in that situation, but they don't want to be criticized for it. When they talk ill of black men and then we put that mirror in your face, say, hey, but you're dating Brad, who makes less money than you. Brad makes less money than you, and that's your guy. How are you going to talk down to us and say we ain't building? Look who you with. You hopped over the fence and still struggled to find somebody good. And this is what we have to deal with, but well, guess we don't, which is why they're mad too, because you got melanated men that can travel overseas or date women of other groups, and that's happening more and more, and these women are noticing it, and it's causing them to go crazy. It's caused them to go crazy. But I want people to understand this. I have no ill will towards this person. I just want to hold this person accountable like they're trying to hold Kevin Hart accountable. You're trying to gaslight melanated women against melanated men in this Twitter thread. That is what you're doing. Okay, Kevin Hart isn't funny. Kevin Hart used Bill Cosby as an example as to why black people will turn on each other. Black people did turn on Bill Cosby. When Bill Cosby said that black people need to do better, they did turn on Bill Cosby. And they turned on him even more when he got arrested and locked up. So understand this. A lot of you melanated women, you need to understand that we are all you got. Especially if you're trying to be pro-black. unless you're trying to push this narrative that Caucasian people are coming after us. If you look at her timeline and women like her, you'll see that they push this narrative that the Caucasian people are just coming after the blacks. But all you do is tear down other melanated men. You can't have it both ways, which is why these women are miserable, which is why these women truly don't even want to deal with black men like that. They think they're a different group of people. They think that they are their own race. This is how weird these people are. This is how crazy that they are. They only want you to hold black men accountable. They don't want you holding black women accountable. You got women who lied on Cosby, and they know they did, but they don't care because they probably didn't have no daddy in their life. So they have a contempt for what Cosby has represented over the years. He's represented a patriarch. He's represented a father, a guy who is a builder, a guy who is a philanthropist. And you got women out here who truly dislike that. They truly do. So understand this. You women can think whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you're the ones miserable. You're the ones who are drinking heavily, doing pills, weed heads, because you're miserable. There are black men out here who ain't miserable at all. They're living life, but you're not. Because you've bought into the programming of your Caucasian liberal female friends that you look up to. You have this picture in your mind that you're going to be able to find a Caucasian Prince Charming and he's going to sweep you off your feet and give you the life that you see other women have. And that never happens, does it? Even Serena Williams had the date down. And y'all want to deify her. Every one of these black female celebrities y'all want to put up who are with these Caucasian men, all of them dated down. All of them. Or they're right at the same level. And they still want to dip their toe in the RBG community. That's what's crazy about this. Hold on, people. All right, people. Had a FedEx delivery. Like the stream, people. Shout out to everybody that's here. Salute to everybody. I just want y'all to know that I have not seen not one of you black liberal feminists level up to the degree that you can brag. That's why you continue to dip your toe in the RBG community. And you're still mad at white folks. We see where the anger is coming from. Because you still have gotten nowhere. Oh, man, listen, man. Oh, man. I want y'all to know that, again, I have to speak on these things because we cannot let this continue to happen. We cannot allow people to continually attack us without logically destroying these arguments. We have to be able to present our own take on what is happening in our society. Danny J, no one cares. If these women were so happy, they wouldn't be trying to gaslight black women against black men. But they are doing it anyway. Because they have this hate in their heart. They got to let it go. They need to let it go in order for them to move on with their lives. In order for them to find happiness in their life. But you have a lot of broken, hurt people, especially with these females. They're hurt and they're broken. And I'm here to help with the logical truth. Because I'm not going to lie to them like some of these other guys do who make a living off lying to these women.
We as black people have a crab in a barrel mentality that keeps us from elevating in our lives, and this is a prime example. Nothing but hate.
Exactly, AJ. Black people do have a problem with seeing others do better than them. Yes, they do. Not all, but there are those that do. We know them. How are we going to pretend like we have never seen other black people show jealousy and contempt for us when we are successful? It does happen. They will throw things out there to throw dirt on your name because you're doing better than them. What's up, Upper East Side? Make sure y'all like the stream too. Because y'all know these people are going to come in, they're going to be hurt, they're going to be emotional, and they're going to thumbs it down. What's up, Absalom? Make sure y'all, again, like the stream. I'm going to keep saying that because I know it upsets some people. There are people in the melanated community, well, in what is seen as the melanated community, again, have a jealousy and a hatred towards other people who do better than them. They will take the life of another black person just because that person has more than them, or out of jealousy, out of hatred. And we're supposed to ignore that. Look at all the shootings that went on. I just did a video the other day about a college football player who was gunned down in a drug deal going bad that was set up by a black female. Why would it need to get to that point? Why would it need to get to that point, you taking people's life? Why is it so easy for you to pull that trigger and take somebody's life that's from your community? Why is it so easy for people to do that? Because that hatred has been stewing for so long. They don't see each other as brothers. They see each other as enemies. Even if we have the same problems in society with this quote unquote supremacist structure, this white supremacist structure that we are living under, right? But it's so easy for us to attack each other and take each other's lives. Why is it so easy for us to do that? It shouldn't be that easy for us to do that. We should look for better solutions to deal with each other. But we have so much pain and so many inner demons that we trigger each other. We trigger each other to the point to where we want nothing more but to destroy each other, to make us feel good about the pain that we have. But that pain will never go away, no matter how many black lives you destroy. But black lives are supposed to matter. Isn't that what y'all pretend to say? You're talking about overcoming. We can't even overcome each other. Look at the political scene in this country. We vote for people who are putting us in prison, who are sending us to jail, who laugh about doing it, who have no issue doing it. Mentally, we are broken. We are in a very bad situation. And we need help. because the things that I see on social media is troubling. But it's been there for a long time. I think people are starting to see it manifest, in themselves. The way that we talk to each other, the way that we viciously go at each other on social media, the things that we do to each other in public. I don't think gaslighting each other works. You cannot talk about, well, look at what black men are doing. That's why I don't do videos dedicated to black women like that. Rarely, if ever, because it never solves anything. That's why I don't address black women like that. I will address black female celebrities here and there, but for the most part, just talking about what black women are doing or not doing doesn't work. You have to talk about what's going on in our society, and we have to talk about how politically ignorant we are and how we just don't understand the landscape. We don't understand how we continuously don't seek any power. We just seek to complain. And I think that's maybe what Kevin was getting to, him and Ed Lover. But people want to discount what they're saying because they think it's an attack on black people. But that's black people's problem. They don't want any type of accountability whatsoever. They just want to be victims. Well, I'm sorry. You can't be a victim today. Because when you're standing in front of a judge because of something that you did, you're going to be held accountable. And there's not going to be anybody to blame, especially if you're guilty. Shout out to one Imus, James. Appreciate that, man. With the Cash App. Salute to everybody that's here. I want y'all to understand, man, I have nothing but good intentions as far as how I view black people. I have no reason to want to see them fail, but a lot of them are failing. They're failing on their own already. And that's the problem. So we want to seek to blame other people. We have to look ourselves in the mirror, and we have to look and address the problems that are facing us instead of always looking to blame other people, looking to attack each other. Attacking each other doesn't work, people. It doesn't. But I guess no one wants to hear any logic anymore. Logic has been completely lost. Completely lost. Everybody just wants anger. And they're led by the emotions. Y'all heard the dudes that have called my show just over emotional, especially over politics. They're just super emotional. They're super sensitive. Everything is sensitive to these males. And then you got the females. They're trying to fight all these battles for, victim supremacy. They want to talk about colorism. Then they want to talk about how black men mistreat them and how they want Becky and how they don't take care of their kids and they don't want to marry them. They talk about their hair, trying to just be the ultimate victim. It's like they're in a victim Olympics. They trying to win every race, every swimming competition, every basketball competition. They're trying to win every single type of victimhood challenge. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. They trying to win every challenge of victimhood. It's everybody's goddamn fault but their own. Why they single? Why they out here losing to Caucasian women and Asian women? Oh, of course, it's got to be the black man's fault. It's our fault. We are not boosting up your image more. We should be doing more to uplift your image, right? Even though you're throwing melanated men under the bus every 5 minutes. So are we going to address that?
Fatherless homes lack generational wealth. As a man, we learn, build, and pass it all on to our kids. The state extracts wealth via divorce courts.
Infamous NYC, thanks, man. Appreciate it. We need to stop this Look, black men are not even in the victimhood Olympics or in the victimhood business. We don't know how to be. We're well past that. We're well past that, man. We're well past that. Well past that. We have no way of getting any type of victimhood sympathy of anything because we're the main ones out here catching the brunt of the BS that goes on. Oh yeah, also the protection thing. Black women say they're not being protected. Come on, man. Y'all call the police on us more than anybody. Who calls the police more on black men than black women, man? Let's just be real. Who's calling the police on who more? Are black men even calling the police on black women? On the same men you want to protect you? Calling the police on them every 5 minutes just so they leave your house? So they can bring some other dude up in there? I'm telling you, man, these women like this that I've been speaking about, they are their own worst enemy. They are. They're their own worst enemy. Y'all can try to blame us and claim that we're trying to keep you down and destroy you. No, you got to look yourself in the mirror. Because at the end of the day, you're responsible for making yourself happy. You have to make yourself happy. You can't look to us to make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. And for the people that's going at Bill Cosby talking about he's guilty, there are black women who think he's innocent. There are black women too who believe he's innocent. His wife has stood by him, continues to stay by him, because people believe he was railroaded. And what's crazy is that these same people talk about defunding the police. So how are you going to lock up the abusers and the assaulters if the police are getting defunded? So do y'all know how that just doesn't make any sense? How are you going to lock up the abusers if you want to defund the police? If these guys are committing violent crimes, especially towards women, and you're defunding the police, how are you going to get that protection? How are these guys going to be held accountable for their actions? Do y'all see how there are people who don't understand what they're saying? Like the stream, people. This is why we need logic out here, man. We need logic out here. No more emotion. I've dealt with enough emotional males over the past, couple weeks since the start of the month. We don't need any more emotion. Too much emotion going on right now. But if y'all want to defund the police and you got dudes out here doing, like y'all claim, violent things to you, who's going to arrest them if you're defunding the police? Do you have some kind of police force that you're going to have on the streets of these neighborhoods that's ready to get into that action? So there goes your protection. You see how some of this stuff just don't make sense? And they wonder why the relationships continue to just not work. They wonder why they alienate their female friends. It's crazy, but I want y'all to understand, I'm going to be here to talk some sense into some of y'all, because you need it. You need some sense talked into you. Because there's a lot of craziness going on, man. Stop gaslighting each other. That's why I did this live stream. You have melanated liberal women trying to use Kevin Hart to attack melanated men and say, look at these guys. Look at how they treat us. Look at how they're pushing narratives. But I guarantee you, if a black male blue check mark would have said that about black women, they'd be canceling him. They'll try to get his account taken away. They'll be demanding an apology. That what goes on out here. These women can do this. Then this is not the first. I mean, this goes on every day on Twitter. Every day on Twitter, black men are being demonized. They're being thrown under the bus. They're the worst thing ever. Meanwhile, you got women out here with baby fathers and boyfriends who care nothing for them. These guys mistreat them, but they don't say nothing about that. They don't want nobody to say nothing about their private life, but they want to demonize other men. But they're not actually taking their own advice and holding the men in their life accountable, which is what I see a lot. They don't, you know, they live in glass houses.
Even Duchess Meghan Markle has taken to Victim Olympics. The antics she pulls is bananas. How do you plagiarize an article you wrote about your life?
Because Meghan is not really a talented person. She's not I would say an insightful person mentally. She's just trying to fabricate her legacy. She wants to be Princess Diana, but the woke edition. She wants to be the woke Princess Diana. Okay? She wants to be known as being like the woke Western princess, which she really isn't anymore. And that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to overdo it and build a fabricated legacy. And that's why I think a lot of people are seeing through it. They are. And that's what that's what's going on right now. You got people fabricating their legacies, trying to be something that they're not. A lot of people out here who are perpetrating complete frauds. Just like a lot of these activists. Look at Sean King. I mean, this guy is a whole Caucasian, but he is walking around here as if he's black. And you got black people who are buying into it. Well, mostly black females, because he pushes a lot of the same narratives. You know, he's not holding them accountable. You know, he's going at the quote unquote white man, which is who he is. That's his kin. This dude's literally going at his kin, which is the Caucasians, which is why guys like that shouldn't be taken seriously, but they are taken seriously. They'll go and they'll marry a black woman and have some mixed kids, and they will overdo it. You know? So the one thing I want people to understand, and the point of me doing the stream, is to just point out that I will not sit by and watch as people gaslight and try to demonize black men over and over and over again without me speaking on it at least once. Because again, this goes on a lot on Twitter, but I caught on to this because they're trying to use Kevin Hart. It's like they're trying anything desperately to just say, hey, black men are the problem. They're almost like they're trying to separate themselves from us. And that goes on, man. They think they're a whole different race of people. They think black female is a different whole race group. That's that feminism. That's that liberalism that have taken hold of these women and have changed them to the point to where they don't even know who they are anymore. They don't even know who they are anymore. And they have this dislike and disdain towards melanated men, but these are the only men that's going to have your back. No other group of men are going to have your back like that. I'm sorry to tell you that. You know, there's a reason why, once again, Kamala Harris was chosen to be a VP candidate than Stacey Abrams. And I think Stacey Abrams is more politically astute than Kamala Harris, but Kamala Harris doesn't pass their test. I mean, Kamala Harris passes their test. Stacey Abrams does not. They want her to be right there in Georgia, causing all types of confusion and chaos politically. Because they feel like she should be more of a, like the political version of a HR. She like the HR in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Or she's like the gatekeeper down there in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Out there making secret deals with the Georgia governor who beat her. Her job is to cause confusion and chaos. But again, she's way more politically astute than Kamala Harris ever will be. You know. They needed another Barack Obama. And that's what Kamala Harris is, basically an empty pantsuit. Somebody that can be controlled, somebody that's going to do what they say, but they also pass the eye test. But they Caucasian Jewish man. That's what they wanted. Because they have certain standards. Even Democrats have a certain standard how they want their politicians to look and their presence to be. You know? You know? Yeah, Stacey Abrams goes hard. I will say that. She's smart. Stacey Abrams is smart. She's not dumb at all. Now, if that could translate to the dating life, maybe that would work. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could translate it to the dating life, it would work. And I think she might be too far to the left. Kamala Harris is a Barack Obama Democrat. You know, she supports corporations. She's tough on crime. That's the type of Democrat that especially a lot of the moderates like. They like that type of Democrat. That's why they're pushing her. Because she's going to keep the status quo. She's not going to ask questions. She's going to do what she's told. JFK is a perfect example of that. Yeah, I can see that. Well, you know, JFK did also want to do stuff on his own. Like that he wasn't going with what a lot of people in those circles wanted him to do. Yeah, man, they don't want Stacey Abrams representing them politically, like as a vice president, or even somebody they can put there if they wanted to push Biden out. But again, I don't think they're ever going to see the White House, but maybe from a distance or if they're invited. But that's about it. But the Democrats have standards about how they want their politician to look. Okay, they don't want a Stacey Abrams representing them. I don't care how liberal they claim they are. They don't want nobody who's too far to the left and who does not look the type of way they want them to. But those would be the same people that talk about how they love everybody and how you should accept everybody, but though they don't. No, they do not. No, they do not. But shout out to everybody that's here. Let's see. But the main point of me doing this again is to just point out how they're just using anything to go at black men, unfortunately. I mean, it shouldn't be that way, but that's just how it is because they need to feel oppressed 24/7. They need to feel like victims. But that victimhood card is running dry. And people are going to stop taking it. They're going to stop accepting that card. They're going to say, wait a minute, you done ran up all your points. All your victimhood points have been run out. So what else you got? You know, some people, I can say that there are black people that won't change. There are black people that want things to change. And then there are black people who don't want anything to change. They're good with the status quo because it benefits them. And there are women out here, just like the woman who I spoke about in this video, that they want things to stay the same because they feel like they benefit from it more. And if they have to throw us under the bus to get there, they're willing to do that. Let's see. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure that you have liked the stream. All right. Yeah, AOC is she is a Karen. She's a political Karen. Like most people think Karens are conservative, right? No, Karens are liberal women who are one way when they're around a bunch of people, but they're another way when you really know them. And these liberal Karens do not want you in their neighborhoods. They don't want your kids attending the same school their kids attend. They don't even want you in the same businesses or restaurants they frequent. But then they will get on social media and call other white people racist. They'll talk about how Trump is such a bad guy. But these same Karens, like your AOCs, do not want to live around black people. They don't want to be near black people. They'll have a token black friend who's probably a feminist lesbian. But other than that, they don't really like black people like that. On social media, they're cool with black people. They're BLM. They're all about social justice. But as soon as you live in their same neighborhood or same building, the racists gonna come out of them because they conceal it. So you have to be careful of these AOC type Karens, because a lot of these Karens are not conservative. I'm telling you, a lot of them are liberals. Liberal women hate black men, hate black people, because one, they are probably with a man who is effeminate, who is not very masculine. So when they're around masculine energy, which they actually hate, and black men for the most part do exude that, they don't like it. So that's when you see the Karen come out of them. Conservative women are used to being around men who embrace who they are. They're not out here trying to, be apologetic about their whiteness. But you got a lot of these liberal males who are apologetic about their whiteness, who are a bit on the weak side. So a lot of these Caucasian liberal feminists are usually with men who they can control. They are with men who are not going to say anything. They're usually with men they have cucked out. They're basically with men they've cucked out. That man ain't going to say nothing. That man just wants to be with that woman. He's willing to do whatever she says. She's not used to masculinity or masculine energy around them. So I'm telling you, those are the true Karens. Women who hate masculine men. They think they're better than black people. But let's say you're a single black man. You're making good money. You're living in a nice house, driving a nice car. You might trigger one of these women because they're going to be doing less than you. And they're going to feel some type of way because their whole life is dependent on them doing better than men. And they definitely want to do better than a black man. Right, Ramir? AOC's boyfriend looks like her. I don't say look, but he acts like he's her bestie, because they did like a live stream together, and they look like two besties on live stream together. That's what it looked like. So understand that these Caucasian liberals do not like your black ass. I don't care how many of them got BLM in the title of their Twitter names. When you see that and you see like a rainbow flag or a rainbow, you already know what type of person they are. They're one of these people from the alphabet community that is using your blackness to attack other white people, because that's what they do. You got white people that attack each other on Twitter every single day, calling each other Nazis and racists. They do that because they're in a bit of a civil war, and I'm gonna go in that direction on the podcast, which I'm gonna post tomorrow, because I'm gonna talk about the red pill, blue pill simp civil war, because you got these blue pill simps that are now trying to go to war with red pill men. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen these males, these blue pill males, these controllable assets. They're mentally they're like controlled assets. You know what I'm saying? And they're controlled by their women. They're controlled by the greater society. And I'm going to address that. But yeah, but Caucasians are going at each other because you have men who have bought into the programming, and mentally they're just like women. They're just like women. But salute to everybody that's here, man. Let's see. If you haven't, make sure y'all go and check out the video I did today about Joy Taylor. She tried to troll these guys for no reason at all, and they ended up trolling her and exposing her for being lonely on Thanksgiving. And that's what's going on, man. You got a lot of lonely women out here who you may think, hey, she look good. Why is she single though? A lot of times there could be two reasons, right? One, you got women that are single on holidays because they genuinely ain't got nobody. But then you got another group of women who are side chicks or who are dating married men who spend the holidays by themselves. Okay? They spend the holidays by themselves. And they will be the most bitter people on social media, or the side chicks. They have to spend the holidays by themselves. And I'm not saying that somebody could be a side piece, but I mean, to be that bitter all night long on Thanksgiving, going off on random trolls, that says a lot. That says a lot. What's going on? Why are you on Thanksgiving all day long, all night long, going back and forth, and then you calling one of the guys baby? It's like you're seeking male energy that you're not getting. Listen, if women aren't getting male energy at home, they're gonna go seek it elsewhere. And if they have to go online to seek that energy, they're gonna do it. They're either gonna do it either by finding some male friends or finding some men to argue with. Because women, and there are women that enjoy arguing with men, especially if they're feminists, liberal women. They enjoy the art of, no, it's the art. They enjoy arguing with men. They do, because they want to feel like they won a back and forth with a guy. You know what you say? I was crying laughing watching your video. I was laughing when I was making it. When I was editing it. I made sure to put them tweets in there. You know? Bianca say, if you say so, Jay. Well, come on, Bianca. Y'all know there are women that if they have no male energy, they'll go find it somewhere. If they don't want to get it physically, they'll go seek it online. Why you think y'all see these women on live streams all day? They be on live streams. All up in dudes' faces. Maybe they're married, maybe they have a boyfriend, maybe they have a good life, but shit. You on them goddamn live streams. You on them live streams. Ramirez, she was loving the attention. Did y'all see it? She was enjoying every bit of that attention she was getting. She was enjoying every bit of it. She was enjoying every bit of that attention. I used to watch. It goes. I used to watch Colin a good bit. I haven't watched him I haven't watched Colin Cowherd much this year. Before then I did, but not much this year though. Here and there, especially if he has certain guests, I'll see certain interviews.
Joy Taylor played herself rolling on the floor laughing.
Things and yes, she definitely did, man. Like she just going at this guy, going at that guy, going back and forth with this guy, talking about why you're not at me, why you're not giving me attention, why you're not letting people know you're arguing with me. And it's like, come on, man. But there are women, they enjoy arguing, especially with men on social media. They like that. There's some of them that really get off on that, arguing with these guys on social media. They need that male energy. They're not getting it at home, man. They're at home with a bottle of wine, probably some candy, and on social media just looking for male energy. And just putting up pictures ain't enough. Putting up videos ain't enough. They got to go live. They got to go live. Yeah, Joy Taylor was on the Undisputed show when it first premiered on Fox Sports. Then she went to Colin Cowherd's show. Appreciate it, TMZ. I'm telling you, some of y'all may think, oh, Jay is lying, he's full of shit. I don't believe a word of what you're saying. Okay. Have you asked yourself why these chicks be online all day long if they have perfect lives and, you know, they got so much going on? Like Joy Taylor said that she has a busy, successful schedule, but you're tweeting 2-3 different guys at the same time all night long. Shannon Sharp's still on there. Now, I have my theories as to why she left that show. I have my theories, but, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and put things out there. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Man. All right, people. I think that's it for me. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Make sure you like the stream. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm mostly active on Twitter. You know, just post some thoughts here and there. I don't go too hard because I don't want to get suspended, you know. But I put certain things up here and there just to keep communication. I'm on Parler as well. Jada Black on Parler. I'm on Parler. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to the people that donates, who send cash apps and PayPals even after the show is over. Thank you. Or whenever I post videos. Much appreciation to you. All right. I hope all of you have had a good holiday week so far and have a good Black Friday day and weekend. Get your shopping done. Don't be out here, you know, giving in to the BS narrative that you should be in your house, afraid to leave, afraid to be around family members. Listen, well, it ain't December yet, but we made it to November. Look at all the hysteria that was started in January, February. Now we in November. Nigga, we made it. Okay. We made it out here. Them vaccines, I'm not a big fan of, but it is what it, hey, if y'all want to take your vaccines, I mean, whatever. But listen, we here. We in one piece. We in one piece, people. All right. We ain't went nowhere. As much as people try to, deflate us like a football and have us confused and angry, my next live will probably be Monday. Will be my next live stream. But I will put up some videos this weekend. Make sure you subscribe to Basic Social Politics with Jada Black. All right. Like the stream if you haven't. Y'all take care. All right. I appreciate all of you for supporting me. And until the next one, man, y'all take care. All right. Have a good weekend. It's a good reading. Have a good weekend.